voted out one of your own.
No!
Not the gates! So surprising.
Yeah, I feel bad for Jack because he's a very smart player. He's one of my best friends in the entire world. But I kind of suspected this to happen, so I didn't want to play too hard to his side, if I'm being honest. But hey, that's just how the game's played, so.
It was so random. I feel like, you know, people targeted him because he was the first one to spit out a random name of somebody, you know, but he was definitely like giving complete random, everybody had random vibes. Props to him for being the first one to strategize.
When someone like shows a little bit too much knowledge, they're like immediately suspected. We didn't have anything to go off of, so I don't feel any type of way about my name being put out there, but I did get 3 votes. So I am nervous that I'll get more votes this time.
There is a sense of regret, especially given the fact that he wasn't a traitor, he was a faithful. I was very surprised by Josh. Like, especially given the fact that like he was one of the first people that I met at the house. I'm like, I get it, very sympathetic, but I was also taken back. Yeah, that's very surprising.
So, for this one, you're gonna divide into 4 groups of 3. You got to choose, and there are 13 of you, so one person's gonna be left out. This person,
Tara, Allie, Tara, I'm Kevin. Yes. Kevin. We got our Huskies, our Northeastern team.
Yeah, sure, my team? Yeah, sure.
everyone now pick a colored bucket as your group. You're gonna transfer water from this hose down the line to your team's bucket. You have 10 minutes to fill your team's bucket. Every team that fills their bucket adds $10 to the prize pot. There is a snag. Each of you grab a solo cup.
There's holes.
These solo cups have holes in them. Your water will be leaking as you transfer it down the line.
Oh, I'm filling people's cups.
You are filling people's cups.
That's what I do, baby.
You will have 10 minutes to fill each bucket. And you start now.
I don't have it on 1 second.
Through teamwork and collaboration, the groups quickly fell into a groove, so much so that we had to up the stakes for them at least a little bit.
Okay, well actually, you need to fill it 3 times.
It's strategy time for our players, and with a double murder looming ahead, the stakes are higher than ever.
I found one of the shields. I know who has the other, but I'm blanking on her name. Tara. We both saw the other one grab it, and we're not gonna tell anyone. I think she's a faithful.
This is Traitors. We're here to win money. We're here not here to make best friends. Like, at the end of the day, I'm not here to not hurt your feelings. I'm here to like find traitors and get them out.
2 people getting killed and 1 getting knocked out.
I don't even know what's going on right now.
Groups forming? What's the vibe?
Shut the fuck up. To let other people do the talking. And just sit there and be like, Asian solidarity.
I think right now, the feeling is a lot more tense as we're getting into the game. Right now, if I had to pick someone that I have a gut feeling about, I think it would be Primo. I also think he could be a very powerful player. He's very outspoken. He has a lot of personality. A lot of the players love him. I also do, especially if you're a traitor that can breed trouble.
Things have changed for me because I got recruited. I did not come into this game wanting to play this kind of game. It's just got placed into me, so I'm trying my very best to just be myself. I'm going to continue my game of attract and not chase. I still don't know who my fellow recruiters are. We just have to wait and see until the first murder comes tonight. It's going to be a double murder. So we're gonna get nasty.
Sarah said that she saw Sydney go off in the garage with Michael. Could have just been a confessional, but I feel like, yeah, a garage is like
noise canceling.
My only opinions are soft enough that I wish to share them with the whole table, you know? I feel like right now, the whole alliance, not even alliance situation, not to be reality TV brained, but I'm like, we're all gonna sit together and this is arbitrary. The only thing is, see, this might be reverse psychology, but I feel like anybody who's asking a lot of really obvious questions about how the game works after it's been explained, I kind of suspect them for putting on a front. Because it's been really clearly explained, and so people who are like, wait, what's happening? I'm kind of like, come on, like... to be like, wait, people are getting killed? Like, are you serious? There's a lot of quiet people who are here just kind of like not saying a lot, and I get it because usually that's me in half the situations I'm in. But I overheard Masha talking about like, oh, I don't know how the game works. I feel like we got to give everybody an opportunity to talk is what I was trying to see if people would be down outside. Just go around the table and force everybody to talk for 30 seconds about how the game works, just to get a read of everybody's personalities and how everybody feels about it.
I'm just gonna let them talk about it, and then I'll just go along with whatever decisions are made. We'll see how far that gets me.
I don't know. I don't think that it's Masha though. I don't know.
Just
Like, I feel like she really feel like they're not new to it.
Yeah. Sydney has a really interesting strategy that she's deliberating about, which is having a like general question asked to the room during the round table and like seeing how people respond to it. Just based off of the like passion she has for this strategy, I do think she's a faithful. I heard someone throw out Alpha's name just because they feel like his demeanor has changed, and someone else suggests Zach, but I think only because, similar to me, Zach was putting out ideas or concepts that like could be happening today, not necessarily saying anything that's like traitor worthy.
Where I'm really messing up is more in the one-on-ones almost, like the smaller groups strategizing. I feel like I keep folding and offering people. So like right now I'm worried a little bit about Jolie. She clocked that I was like hesitating. She was like hurt, and I was like, okay, she might suspect me.
There's a lot of hard gameplay, lots of assumptions being made, lots of really quiet people who we think may be holding their cards very close to their chest, so that is probably going to come into play at this round table. We're going to learn a lot in this round, especially with the 2 murders.
I will say, it seems like there were more groups formed in this round, so...
You could visually see the group happen right out the front.
Yeah.
It just happened.
It would be cool if we could go around the table and each get a chance to speak and share our thoughts. We voted out a faithful because that was the first person trying to play the fucking game. So, you know, how do we feel about that, and how do we feel about our decision moving forward?
I think we can like look into like, oh, like people are acting shifty as much as we want, but I think the only like concrete evidence is who gets killed. And so I think I'm gonna be vocal about who I'm suspicious of.
Yeah.
And then I think, you know, we should just pay attention to who was suspicious of who and then who died.
But wait, who are you suspicious of?
That's a great question.
Sorry, you just said you were going to be vocal about it.
I don't really have any opinion.
If we say, I'm suspicious of this person, and then they end up dying,
Yeah.
then it's like, oh, I wonder who it was that killed them then.
Yes. I think my suspicions right now are still of people who have played this game before. So like Survivor people. I just think I'm a little bit suspicious of you. I just think that like Zed and Michael would have picked one of them because they know that they would be good traders and it would make for an interesting game.
I think we're all just here because we know the people who are running the game. So I don't think that's kind of fair to just pick people who like Survivor as being people who do it.
I don't know.
I do think it's important to remember that like the Traitors are at this table with us, right? So like if we're saying like, oh, Zach says he's suspicious of Jolie, for example, and then Jolie is murdered, so Zach must be a traitor. It's like the Traitors are listening to that, right? Mm-hmm. Like I'm suspicious of people who aren't willing to put names out there a little bit. Because I'm saying that, I will put a name out there. Alpha, I feel like your demeanor has changed a little bit since the morning. That could just be under-caffeinated, any number of things, but we have so little to go on. It's nothing personal, but that's just an observation that I made.
And that's fair.
Yeah.
I don't know, you guys. I don't know, and I think like Survivor's a good point. Those are game players, and like game players have a game player mindset. People that like to watch reality TV have that in the back of their mind, and I do think it's something we should think about going forward strategically. Like those people are strategic, me included. I love Big Brother. I watch it. I think about stuff like that, but because I think about that, I'm also thinking who else watches those shows? Who else is thinking like that? as a faithful, I want to not have another faithful out, knowing that we're losing too.
I was just really interested in hearing from some of the quieter people in the group, just because that is like one of the only things we can really go off of is demeanor and interactions. And Masha and Sada, I think both of you are both leaning on that more timid side, so I would love to hear from both of you.
I think if I was a traitor, the last thing I would do is go off on my own, because that's super suspicious, obviously. I'm personally looking at the people who are talking a lot and have a lot of opinions, so let's get those people out of here.
I feel like, you know, we have to go off of reality TV psychology, which is notoriously evil and deranged.
A lot of the names that I heard initially was Alpha, you, and Masha. So I'm just trying to figure out who is pointing fingers, because to me that is like traitor behavior. At first of all, I don't love that my name was thrown out by you. What happened to the Asian alliance?
That's
I'm not part of it. Excuse me. Why are you? And I also want exclusion. That's why I don't love. You said you're suspicious of me.
I said survivor people. I didn't say your name.
But
and then you got defensive, actually.
Are we not playing a game of exclusion?
Yeah.
A game of exclusion?
Yeah,
No.
like Asian exclusion.
Oh no.
I love it. I love it.
I don't think it's a game of
Cut the
exclusion.
cameras.
Part of me wants to be petty and vote you, but we'll see. I want to hear what else have to say. Yeah.
It's funny you said I was quiet. I thought I was talking a lot today. I don't know. I don't think you should think I am the traitor, because I'm not.
I respect the people who are actually trying to direct the game based on all this conversation of like it's suspicious on somebody throwing attention on somebody else, but like you asked about gut, and I've been sitting with that all this whole time, and this conversation you had just now about the Survivor Bushwick thing. Full disclaimer, I was also part of Survivor Bushwick, so like that's a conflict of interest. But there's something of bringing that up that
Misdirection, I agree.
Okay, with that said, deliberation is now over.
So this is mostly based off of hoping to vote with the majority, anticipating that maybe some people I know might vote this way, so I voted for you, Inga.
This is solely self-preservation, Primo. You said I was your only suspect currently, so.
In the spirit of listening to my gut on that, I'm sorry for voting for you as well.
Again, if we're thinking vibes, I also put Inga.
I voted for Primo. Sorry. I put a heart.
Okay, and a sad face. Sure.
Mine is a broken.
After hearing everybody talk, I also voted for Inga.
We haven't talked as much, but respectfully.
This is coming from a gut feeling. Primo.
No emojis.
would love to continue being your friend, but I said what I said.
Oh, Zach.
I told y'all I'm petty. And no emojis. I'm a little sad because you told me you had a suitcase and I was looking forward to seeing all your other looks.
You seem so great, but I did vote for you, Sada. Just because I can't read you very well and I'm here to be evil.
I voted Allie, and it's just because I looked down and you were talking a lot.
Alright, with that being said, Inga, very sorry. You have been banished. Inga, please tell us, are you a faithful or are you a traitor?
I am a faithful.
No!
I'm gonna say this. To your point, they're tearing us apart. They're tearing the Asians apart. No, you're right. You're right, and that's on me. That's on me as well. That's on me.
Little do the players know, a new traitor is being inducted.
You have been chosen to be a traitor. Are you prepared to assume the duties? Duh. Then you may adorn this cloak. Put the hood on and third look. Three, 2, 1.
We're here with Inga, faithful number 2. What do you have to say?
Fuck the hose.